Down to the ground. Good rising. Oh, you all look so beautiful. You all look so beautiful.
1 second.
Thank you. I like how me and Mama Evelyn vibing with this pink. Like, okay.
Hey, Mama Evelyn.
Hi.
We got Lily B in the house. Lily B so faithful. What's up, Lily B?
Happy Monday, beautiful people.
Hey, beautiful.
Pulling it together here. All right, we are about to. Where's that?
Work it out, work it out.
Yeah.
Work it out one time. I don't know how I'm looking these days, but you know.
You look beautiful.
Oh, not me personally. I'm talking about like on the camera, but thank you, girl. I'm talking about on the
You look-
camera.
everybody looks well.
Good, okay.
Y'all good.
Great.
Oh, good.
Good morning, everyone. How's everybody feeling?
Good.
I'm gonna let Queen Aduni do her tech thing. What you over there doing?
No, it's gonna be smooth one day soon.
We have a new visitor.
Okay, let me open this up right quick. Get this up.
We got a light crowd today.
Grand Rising, Elizabeth. Thank you for joining us this morning. At 9 o'clock a.m., we will close our social media and continue on Zoom only. Join us by getting your Zoom link at elizabethvisionaryconference.org. We'll be there until 10 a.m. You can join us now, and we'll see you in Elizabeth's Zoom room. Today, your hosts are at Peace Nikita and Danyelle Claxton. Enjoy.
Grand Rising, ladies.
Grand Rising.
And rising.
Grand Rising.
Grand Rising.
Oh, child. Come on here now. Okay, there we go. Woo.
Okay.
Grand Rising. Trying to get my life together.
There we go.
All right, all right, all right. How everybody feeling this morning? I know it's a Monday, but we got to
Pick it up. Come on, it's Monday morning.
Yes. I feel
We made
great.
it through the weekend.
wrench it around a little bit. How you ladies feeling this morning? Everybody good?
Yeah,
Yes.
yeah.
How was your weekend?
It was good.
Hey, chill out.
It was good.
It was good.
What was good about it?
Oh my goodness. The weather was perfect.
Yes, weather was divine.
Yes. Being able to get out into it, that was a blessing.
Yes, absolutely. It was definitely a beautiful weekend. Got a chance to do some networking, passed out some cards, sold some
Look at you,
beads,
Lily B.
gave some hugs. You know, that's one of the things my people, when they see me, when we get in contact in the space with each other, it's over. So yeah, it was a beautiful weekend.
Oh, that's wonderful.
Hope you guys had a beautiful one. It was pretty hot, but listen, I got me a little tan, baby. This skin, I'm gonna be dark skinned by the next couple of months.
And that's on period.
Yes.
We'll be dark skinned.
Yes, and I love it. Every summer, Sheila calls me, because of my tan, she calls me what you call me, Sheila? What's your nickname for me in the summertime?
I was
Remember?
trying to remember. Wasn't it liquid chocolate or
Chocolate popsicle.
chocolate popsicle? Yes.
My chocolate popsicle.
Hum.
It's so funny. Trying to get my lighting together.
Oh,
And kiss the skin. It's perfect. I don't mind getting kissed by the sun, but make sure we got our sunscreen.
Mm-hmm.
Let's keep it going with that. But yes.
Yeah, there's a
Sunscreen. What's that?
sunscreen.
Use on sunscreen right here.
Oh,
That's for them pink people. The pink people need sunscreen.
Well, I don't know, because there is a black brand. There's a black owned brand called Black Girl Sunscreen. So there's a misconception
what I
that
got.
only non-melanated people. No, there's some of us do need a little something. Because
I
some
wouldn't
people
know
still
nothing
get
about
burnt.
it.
Some people still get burnt, and they get that peeling, and then that's not a
Yeah.
good thing. We do. Some of us still need a little protection. We ain't a whole lot, but we do need something.
Right.
And you can get the Black Girl Sunscreen from Target, and it's a
Yes,
black-owned
yes.
company, and it's a sunscreen formulated just for us. So
Yeah, I keep with my lotion.
matter
Just
of
to dab
fact-
a do.
Yeah, right.
Oh, there we go. Here we go.
Yep,
Black Girl.
that's it.
You would have, out of all the people that would have it, Danyelle would have it.
And this one has a
That Black
30.
Untold Negro ship, okay?
It's a 30 SPF. It's got a broad spectrum of SPF 30 infused with jojoba and avocado oils. It's water resistant up to 80 minutes. It's ultra sheer, no white residue, and it's fragrant free. So yeah,
Mm-hmm.
it's a good one. It's a good one to have.
Yep, and all those things are true. I should test it out to make sure.
Yeah, so funny.
It doesn't disturb you getting the tan. It just keeps you from getting the burn. So I'm like, that sunburn is it's not a good thing.
Mm-hmm.
But no, this weekend I had a chance to be around some of my Tava sisters, and it was really cool.
Yeah,
And
I seen your video.
It was really cool energy. I taught a belly dance class with some people I see online all the time, and it was nice to see them in person. And I taught a class. One of the people that was there was a woman. She's one of the head people in the organization, and she's a millionaire. So it's nice to be around that millionaire energy.
Yeah.
And not only was she down to earth, and I'm starting to realize most Black millionaires are just down to earth people. They just have millions behind them. It's like, I'm trying to be like you. She gave out some really good knowledge in general, just about being about your business. And it was just good to hear that message come from somebody that's, they made it and they don't mind sharing that knowledge.
And they look like you.
And they look like me, I know. She came all the way from Georgia to come up here and give us this knowledge. I was like, okay.
Yeah.
I'm liking this. And I like the event the girl who put the event together. It was nice. She had a whole pineapple made out of a pineapple with a island fruit spread that I thought that was amazing. And it was just chop good information and networking, but more so I was there for the information. So I had a good time with that. That was fun. And then I worked all day with my client yesterday. That was fun. It was long, but it was fun. So that was my weekend right there.
Sounds eventful. All right. Well, Miss Thing was out there doing her thing this weekend.
What, you?
No, Danyelle. I wasn't. I don't know what this weekend was about. I was just chilling this weekend, but I had a good one. It was a good family time.
Yeah, I actually did two clients in one day. On Saturday, that was good. It was also good to tell my clients that I'm going up on my tightening rates. I hadn't realized that we've been doing 125 since the beginning when we started Sister Locks. I think it's time for a little bit of raise.
Yeah, people out here making fun. Yeah.
That's on the tightening.
And you gonna have to, yes.
And I'm fading out. I think I got about 5 more clients, and then I'll be retiring, creating a new life for myself, creating what I love to do, which is event planning, which this is event planning. And really honing in on that and talking to the people that can help and guide me, and talking with Juwan. He's great. And just laying down some plans and being real about them. That's wonderful. And I'll announce this again, but on the 14th of July, Elizabeths are going to have a book, student, what do you call it? Backpacks? Raising.
Oh yeah, I know what she's talking about, the backpack giveaway and stuff for the children.
Yeah,
back
we're
to
going to
school
be collecting
events.
that. We're going to
Okay.
collect backpacks and funds to buy the backpacks and stuff like that. We'll be doing that at my salon on Iron Street. And impromptu entertainment, and from 6 to 10, we're just going to get in there and have people bring a lot of stuff for the children for Hug Detroit Day, which is not until the end of August. And that is an event that Sky Covington and it's her baby. I'm like the surrogate mom. And we've been putting this on for 10 years. So Elizabeth, we get to come together and get a lot of backpacks and stuff and school supplies for the children. And so that's going to be a lot of fun. That's on the 14th from 6 to 10 p.m. So, tell your friends, and you'll hear more about how you can donate. Whether you come or not, you can donate.
I'm just like, you said it's been 10 years since we put together Hug Detroit.
Isn't that something?
I remember the first one, and I'm just sitting here like, these commemorative things are starting to get to me. Like over the weekend, it was 25 years since Titanic came out, and I'm looking like, what the 20, and now you're talking about 10, because I remember us putting together that energy for that first Hug Detroit, and I'm like, it's been 10 years.
Yeah, that's definitely one of my babies too. I consider myself a founding member of that event, because that thing, woof.
Mama Evelyn, you've gone through them with us too.
That was a lot.
Yeah, because RJ turned 11, and I'm said 10 years, because he did come to one, a couple of.
Yeah, but I remember him being a baby
with me, and I was like, oh my gosh.
I don't think it's been 10 years.
I remember the first one we did, that building was up, because the building is gone. It's a parking lot now. But that's where we had the the news was out. That's where Peace was doing her yoga and meditation. I remember, because we got all these pictures. Yeah. And I'm just like, they were great pictures. And I'm just like, it's been 10 years. Like, wow.
Wow, yeah.
It's been 10 years, because
it was 2013. Sky considers her pregnancy as one of the years. So it's really 9 as far as us doing it. It was in 2013. It's 2013. Wow. Yeah. Yep. So yeah, she takes a day of pregnancy as one of the days.
So what is the exact date for Hug Detroit?
August 28th.
Okay.
4th Sunday. It's going to be really grand. It'll be at Vanguard Community Development, which is on Grand Boulevard and like Hastings, right in there. And then the Tangent Gallery is also joining in. So we got actually 2 blocks that we'll be doing this year. So it's good. It's good. It's good. Just proud of being here, there, where, here. We have a guest, Neff Africia. Am I saying your name right? Neff.
Lexi. Well, that's my bestie. She's in Minnesota.
Okay. Okay.
There
Hey
she
everyone, I had trouble unmuting.
is.
And rise to you all. Very nice to be amongst you. Hey.
Can you put your camera on, or is that unavailable for you?
Yeah, I don't have access to the camera at the moment.
Okay. Okay. Well, welcome. We all welcome you,
Thank you. It's good to be with you.
bestie.
It's my bestie. We've been friends for, when did we meet? We met before I had Iman.
Whoa.
Wow.
Yeah.
We met in New England, and we have just been together ever since. She was pregnant with her son the same time I was pregnant with Naomi. We've been through a lot. That's my soul sister for real. So we get up for the past few days. We've been getting up early in the morning and praying together. So today I was like, girl, I got to get on my podcast. And so I gave her the information, and she's here today.
Awesome. That's what besties do.
That's what besties do.
Elizabeths do. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes.
She's definitely my Elizabeth. There's no question about that.
Yeah.
She's definitely my
And
Elizabeth.
Khalifa got the baby.
Let me unmute myself. Yeah, I do. He's
Again.
put on a comedic yoga video on YouTube, and he's actually over there watching him. Well, I put on a male one. I found a black guy doing it, and he's over there working himself out. He's usually clingy and want to be on the hip in the kitchen and watching what I'm doing and cook with me. So I'm glad I found something to busy his little self. He wanted to have.
And it's yoga, and he's watching yoga.
Yep. The kid, he'll do the downward facing dog at night when he's sleepy. That's when we know it's time to go to bed.
Oh, wow.
His head will be all on the floor.
Oh, that's beautiful. I bet you Aunt Peace had her children doing all that. Meditating and everything. Matter of fact, I know.
I got pictures of when them.
I'll catch my 3-year-old in the crisscross I can't think of crisscross applesauce, eyes closed and doing like this.
Oh, that's sweet.
Yeah.
Train up the child, train them up. Right. That's beautiful.
Yeah.
All right, ladies.
I had to sign in today because I heard that it was mommy and business, and I'm a business and a mommy. So I wanted to see what's going on with y'all. Try to get some pointers and everything.
Okay, I love it. Right
yes. Place at the right time.
Yes, ma'am. Thank you for joining us. This is Mommy Mogul Mindset Mondays, where today we talk all about being a mom and what that means. Even if you're mommying a business, you don't have to necessarily have children to be in a mothership role. You know, you could mommy so many things in this world. Okay. So if you're mommying a business or children, whatever you're into, this is the channel for you. Also, if you are about business and you want that mogul mindset where you want to be successful, you got a lot of things going on and you want to be successful in all of them, and you got to have the right mindset. And so that's why we come together on Mondays, so that we can talk about how to strengthen our mindset and our emotional well-being, our finances. What are we doing in technology? How are we using technology to advance us forward? So that's why we have the beautiful co-host Danyelle Claxton. She's here to talk about that. And we talk about so many different things. This month, the theme has been to women from men with love. Out of honor and Father's Day, we decided we were going to talk about the male-female relationships and how they influence us, especially men, and our relationship to them. How are we influenced by those connections? And so today, we are going to get into an in-depth conversation, just really diving deeper into what it means, masculine energy. What does that mean? How does it affect us? What are our masculine qualities that we can actually use? We want this conversation to be positive. We want it to be empowering, and we want it to be integrative, right? There's a lot going on in the world. Roe versus Wade is the biggest, hottest topic, which we all know that when there's something like really buzzing going on in society, there's other things happening behind the scenes. So we're not going to feed in too much into that, but we are aware that there's this conflict that continuously goes on in society between men and women. So I wanted to have a conversation this month where it's not about that. It's about how are we integrated. We got to live together regardless. And all of us have a masculine and feminine side. So how are we using them to work together instead of, fighting and figuring out how we can't get along? How can we get along? So today we're going to have a more in-depth conversation about that. So thank you all, ladies, for joining us. We really do appreciate it. I do not have a special guest today. You are the special guest today. So we are going to, like I said, really get in an in-depth conversation about what masculine means. How does it affect you? And what are your masculine qualities? Because we all have them. And how do you tap into them? How can they serve you? Right? Because it has value. Masculine energy has value, and it has value for feminine energy. Like, how can we work together? So we're going to get all into all of that. But before we get started, you know how we do. What is your word for today? What is your word for this moment? All it takes sometimes is just one word to bring you into the present moment. And we want to be present today. We're also going to do our guided meditation today. I'm sure Danyelle has some wonderful jewels for us when it comes to social media. So we're going to not waste any more time. Let's get going. What's your word for today, Queen Aduni? Let's take a deep breath, grounding our energy, centering ourselves.
Focus.
Yes.
Yep.
You can jump in there whenever you're ready.
My word is delicate.
Right.
Motivated.
Motivated. Okay. I love how you all are taking your time to be genuine with your word today. Thank you so much. I think my word is going to be genuine. Genuine is my word. One word that describes your presence in this moment.
Focus.
Focus. We got 2 focus.
I'm going with assert today.
Assert. Okay. Thank you. Got 2 more, Lily B and Khalifa. Oh, and Empress. What are your words for today? Okay. I wasn't expecting. Silence is the word for today. Okay.
Contemplation. Contemplation.
Thinking about it. I know Mondays is like one of those days where you still trying to. I know for me, when I wake up, Mondays to do the podcast, I'm like, okay, let me get myself grounded and centered. It's Mondays is just a beautiful day. It's a beautiful start, but it can be a little bit a little challenging. So we're gonna keep it moving. All right. So now I also want to make sure
enlightenment. And shalom, all everyone.
Good rising.
I was sitting here still thinking, I was like, I feel so at peace. And I'm like, what word could I give? Because I'm energized. I wanted to go out here and talk to people. So I'm like, okay, I'm saying enlightenment.
Right, thank you. Thank you for your contribution.
Shalom.
All right. Okay, we're going to keep it moving. So I also want to make sure that I point out a few things. As of next month, we are going to start solicit for sponsorships, advertisements. If you would like your business or your service to be featured on Mommy Mogul Mindset Mondays, then make sure that you get in touch with me. You can DM me. You can find me on Facebook. You can go to my website at peacemakita.com, and make sure you get in touch so that we can start to promote each other and really start to put your information out there in a way that is going to help promote your business and position you into that mogul mindset. So if you're interested in that, make sure that you let me know. And tomorrow we have a sister circle that I'm hosting along with Sunzi and Nawili. I'm trusting that Queen Aduni is going to be there. We are going to have a sister circle in honor of the new moon in Cancer. And if you know me, you already know I've been doing sister circles for over 10 years, like since 2007, I've been doing sister circles, usually around the new moon or the full moon, just to tap into our feminine energy, to build and bond our sisterhood, and to use the gifts that we already have in the world to empower ourselves. So if you're interested in that, then make sure that you hit me up and I'll give you all the information. All right, so we're gonna keep this thing right on chucking. I'm pumping up my energy because it's a Monday. You know, I didn't do my workout this morning, so that I think that has something to do with it. But I'm here and we're here and we're ready to do this. Hey, Star, what's up? I know she probably won't come on, but love you. All right. So before we go into our guided meditation, we are going to introduce Danyelle Claxton. She is going to come up and she's going to share her technical savvy with us for our business. So make sure you pull out your pens and your paper and take lots of great notes, because she gives a lot of great information that you would normally have to pay a pretty penny for. So make sure that you listen up and give her your undivided attention. So Danyelle, please take the floor.
Okay. So, and
Yeah,
I do want to let you know, I am listening. I take moments to actually capture what's going on while we're doing what we're doing, because people, you never know. People are watching you. People are watching you. If you have a social media platform, people are watching you. They're looking to see, what are you doing? And sometimes they're looking to see what you're not doing. But more so, I've learned this weekend, people are watching. And it's important to make sure that you put yourself out there. So I just did a post, a story that went to my Instagram and my Facebook of that I'm on Grand Rising Elizabeth, like right now. So people could start asking me, well, what is that? And what I'm going to do today, it's not so much technical. It's something that even every once in a while as an entrepreneur, you have to go back and revisit your why. And the why of why are you doing what you're doing? And I've learned this weekend that, one of the things, and it's funny how people have different ways of repackaging the same message. This message this weekend was, write a letter to yourself, a letter of commitment to yourself, a contract, write a contract to yourself as to why are you doing what you're doing. And I was like, oh, okay, I get it. What is your why? And her name is Nina Mora. I love her to death. She was like, in this contract, what are you attracting? What are you doing it for? And she was like, don't play small. I was like, okay. Why I had to go back and revisit my why. So why am I doing this? I'm doing this. I'm doing what I'm doing because I want more freedom with my time. I want my skills and talents to bring in profits. Let's just be real. I want my skills and talents to bring in profits. I want a house. I want a newer car. I want to be able to travel every quarter somewhere. And it's like, oh, okay. So it's something to look at, why are you doing, and write a contract to yourself that you're going to do whatever it takes to accomplish the goals that you want. So I'm going to go around and ask everybody, why are you doing what you are doing? Just give me two things as to The two things, your why, and give me one thing. And I'm not, please, and I'm like, it's nothing wrong with playing small, but sometimes it's like, it's nice to do it big. What is one big thing that you want your why to bring forth, if that makes any sense?
Mhm.
So anybody can jump in. What is your why? Why are you doing? What is your passion? Why are you doing what you're doing? And what's the one big thing that you want your passion to bring forth?
Well, I can go. So that question brings me to that I want to travel the world. I want to bless like billions of people. I want to make trillions of dollars. I want to have a blast of a time doing it. So I don't want to work hard. I'll have a blast of a time doing it. And I want my family and friends with me. And I will be healthy while doing all of this. So I want to travel the world. I want to see the world. And I want to have a blast of a time doing it, and I want my family with me while I'm doing it, and be a blessing to billions and make trillions and trillions of dollars doing it with ease. Healthy, wealthy, and wise.
Oh, yes. Yes. That's exactly what I'm doing. So I totally agree with you. Anybody else want to share what their why and what's one big thing that you want your why to accomplish?
I can share.
Go ahead.
Oh wait, I'm sorry. Was somebody else getting to share?
No, go ahead.
Go ahead.
Okay. Hey y'all.
Hey.
So
Beautiful.
the thing, well, my why I do it, I enjoy doing what I do. I enjoy adoring ladies and talking to them about it, hearing their stories on why they want it, encouraging them. It's like a little one-on-one for me, ministering to each other. So we do that through the waist beads. We laugh, we crack up. It's fun. I love it. And why? The things that I want from it, I would like to accumulate residual income to where I can have myself selling itself. I have beautiful products. Excuse my French, but dope sell itself. I say this all the time because I don't have a problem with selling. It's just that I have to make sure I get out and market and do a lot, do the footwork that I need to do. But my why is I want to have residual income. I love traveling. I want to continue to travel. I would love to travel more freely. I just want to have more free time for myself. Mm-hmm. And also be able to do for others. I do a lot for others already, but to continue to do it freely without cutting my stuff in half. Because I cut my stuff in half a lot because that's how I am. That's just me naturally. But yeah, it's freedom and it's coming. I'm already there. So I'm thankful. On the way.
Ashe.
Thank you, Lily. I like the fact that your name is spelled just like my mom's name, Lily. You just said it. Well, the reason I do the art projects, I kind of got pulled into doing art projects and facilitating different things. And I realized I really love it. I really love seeing people create. And what started out with doing it for kids, you find the parents come in and kind of take over and create too, because and just outdo their children basically. It's wonderful to see them creating something from their spirit. Just like Lily B said, residual income, passive income. That's I want to be able to not worry about the money and just create and facilitate and just do art. Did you say dope sells itself, Lily?
She said it doesn't sell itself.
Dope doesn't sell itself?
Now, no, her business doesn't sell itself. So like she has to get out there and push it because it's not something that sells itself.
Oh,
With the
but
way
she
she-
said her stuff is dope, so it sells itself because it's dope. That's what I got from it.
Lily, can you come in and clarify, please? Because I took it as it doesn't sell itself. Like that's what I heard, but we could have heard two different things.
Different, yeah.
Yeah. I thought I heard her say because her stuff is.
Yeah, but dope, if in that context, if it is that context, dope does sell itself. Where we have to market all of our stuff. Dope just, people look for dope. All around, But we have to market our thing, I don't know. So,
Yeah.
well, Lily, when you get a chance, you can come and clarify, but I hear what you're saying, Mama Evelyn. Yeah.
This is not like electronical technology. This is more of a universal technology. Sometimes you got to sit down and write that letter to yourself, write that contract to yourself. Like, okay, you know what? I will sit here and I will talk. I will do my videos. I will, what will it take for you to achieve that? Lily, I want to talk to you because I don't know. In a Dooney, I have to get with you. My birthday is coming up. I have this vision of introducing women to, or people in general, just dial making, or sitting down and creating your own waist beads, or enjoying live music from local artists, and just, not your traditional party. You know what I'm saying? I want to do stuff, make and take. We can go and take and adorn head wrapping. I want to do head wraps. I want to just incorporate all of this because all this has in the last 10 years has become a part of me. And I'm like, okay, we're going to do something a little bit different along with Afro beats. I'm loving the music that's coming from across the pond over there. I'm like, you know what? I love what we do, but over there it sounds so much better. I'm like, it sounds so much sweeter. And yeah, I'm going to finish my contract today that there are specific things I'm going to do every single day. You're going to see me on Facebook and Instagram with a story every single day about something. You're going to see me do a TikTok every other day about something, because I like to see people transform their lives physically. I like to be like, I was here and now I'm here. I was dealing with this issue, now I'm healthy. I like to see people better themselves. I really do. And I want more people to come from one place to something greater. And, writing that contract to myself, like I want a house. I want a fabulous house. I want a car. I want furniture. All this stuff is in place, is there. It's just, we have to be committed to getting from point A to point B and going along the journey with that. So my homework is for you guys is to write a contract. Now, I don't know if anybody else has done the other homework of your link trees, the link tree. And if you need help with your link tree, reach out to me because I can help you. It takes no less than like 5 minutes to get the link tree together.
What's a link tree?
A link tree. So you know how you have your website, you have your Instagram accounts, your social media accounts. Linktree ties all your links together into one link for people to access you. So you know how back in the day you could on a card, it would be like, follow me on Instagram, follow me on Facebook, here's my website. Now we got Snapchat and all this other stuff. Now you can create what's called a QR code and attach your link tree to the QR code, and then they'll get everything. Like for me, I have Mommy Mindset Mogul Mondays. I have Blooming Lotus Wellness. I have Tava. I have my Saturday class. I have a lot of different links everywhere. Now it's all combined into one. If Queen Aduni gives me the what is it? The share.
You want the power, girl. You want the power.
I want the power. let's see. Can I share? If you give me the power to share, I can show Mama Evelyn. Oh, here we go. Oh, you disabled?
Yeah, I'm trying to participants more. Okay, here we go. Co-host. There you go.
Okay, I'll show you my screen because I always have my screen up.
Always.
Always. Okay, we're gonna share this one. Okay, so Mama Evelyn, you see my screen? This is my Facebook. So I used to have a link to my website, but now you see right here, I got Linktree. If I click it, it's gonna go to another page. And now this is everything that you can get in touch with me about. So I got my website is right here. It's gonna go straight to my website. If I go here, it's belly dance class. It goes straight to the link to go register for belly dance class. These are all the links, Mommy Mindset Mogul Mondays. It's going to go straight there. So I use one link for everything. So when they get everything about me. Blooming Lotus Wellness, the Yoni Steams, belly dance, all of it. And it's all one location. So contact me. These are my social media accounts. So this is free. You can go to linktree.com and you can create this for free and just put all your links in one space.
That's nice. I promise to have that done this week.
Awesome. I'm looking forward to see. This replaces your website. You put your website on your Linktree. You put your contact information on your Linktree. And that way, and then the new thing is to do the QR code. Create a QR code with the Linktree so people can just snap it on their phone. And go. Like I said, if you need me, you can contact me. And I think, like I said, the biggest thing is just getting out there. I knew that millionaire was going to come to town. I knew I wanted to network with her. And so I suggested before we did the day party, I was like, I want to come and do a class. I want to do a class. And the young lady that did it, who was hosting it, trying to see if you guys can see this. That's a reel, or that's the video. That's in the story. And that's us belly dancing. And every last person that's in the video, what they do, they tag each other. So now people throughout the organization, they see that I do belly. It's like, I got a friend of mine that signed up that's in Houston. She's like, can you help me launch in Houston? Sure. I can come down to Houston and teach a class for a belly dance class for free to help you get your stuff set up and everything. Okay. So sometime in the next month and a half, I'm going to Houston. But little stuff like that, it took us all of 2 minutes to create that video, and she posted it. And now everybody's getting comments. Well, who is she and how I get in touch with her? I'm right here. How you doing? Good. So that's a story that somebody else's story that I end up putting on my page. So now that's a part of my Facebook page. She's going to send me the video so I could put it on my video. But let's see if I can get out of here. But these little shorts, these little stories, I want to say people are looking at them. Do I have any stories? There we go. Okay, I'm sorry. Yeah, I meant that. Sorry. This is another one. This is what is it? Me dancing. I don't know if I can hear the music, but just something. I'm a belly dancer. I like to dance. I have to dance. I have to have movement. I had a reading say that I have to have 30 minutes of movement a daily. I have to get this negative energy off of me on a daily basis. Do something. So my thing of choice is then, oh yeah, you guys just saw that. I just did that. So a lot of times when I'm on the show and you see me on the corner doing, I'm taking a picture to show you that I'm on the show. Yeah, I just did that. Like what, 2 minutes ago? Yeah. So one of these days, and that's somebody else, I'm gonna come out of that. One of these days, I'm gonna come on here and we are gonna do selfies of us doing on the show. And I'm gonna show you, have you actually put it on your story, Instagram story or Facebook story, like right then and there, so that people can get more interest as to what's going on. What I learned, let me come out the screen sharing, stop share. What I learned this weekend, watching some of the top people who are making a little bit more money than me, I'm going to get where they're at, is they had their tabletop tripods, they had their floor tripods, they were sitting there, they were listening to the Nina speak, they were videotaping Nina, they were videotaping themselves. I sat there and I watched them. I'm like, okay, I see what you're doing. See what you're doing. They were taking selfies right then and there, but they was posting on their social media sites, letting their audience know exactly what it is that they're doing. And I'm like, and I'm an observer. I'm like, I will watch you. I will jot down my notes, and then I will duplicate what you're doing. So that's when you see all these people do these stories, your stories can be relevant. They're just quick. This is what I'm doing right now. 30 seconds, I'm making a dial, or I'm doing waist beats, or here's a waist beat party. Here's these lovely ladies doing a waist beat party. I'm trying to see if there's a picture. There's a picture I want to show you guys. And I'm like, at the end of every event, even if you got 3 ladies, if you got 2 ladies, if you got 1 lady, it doesn't matter. Seeing that you actually did something, seeing that you did an event, seeing that other people showed up, this stuff is what sells more of you and get more people involved in wanting to, work with you or do business with you, or whatever. I'm gonna share a screen again because I want to show this picture. This picture right here. This is at the end of the event. These are all the ladies that I networked with. So these, one of them was a woman that's opening up a yoni steam spa in Livonia. I'm like, okay, we're gonna connect. What is it? This is Krishan. She's one of the people that I follow as far as social media. I'm like, okay, whatever you do, I'm on copy and making my own, and I'm on because these people, they doing some things. This is Nina Mora. She's the one of the people that's making the millionaire that flew in from Georgia and brought this knowledge. This is they call it the end of the event photo. So this gets more people involved. They like, wait a minute, y'all look happy and healthy, and y'all done got some knowledge and everything. And I see the stories. Okay, I want to do the next one. Whatever you at the end of your event, you want to make sure you get an end of the event picture. And if you're the host, like she was the speaker, make sure you're in front and you get everybody else behind you. Because as you see, I reposted this picture, and I think so many people actually liked it and enjoyed it. So you got the contract to yourself of what is your why and the things that you want to attract from your why, and then put in the specifics exactly what you're going to do, what you're committed to make sure that happens, period. We're going to start doing, I'm sorry. It's a little dry right there. I don't know why. Thank you. What is it? Do your I just had a thought. Oh, start getting the habit of taking pictures of what you're doing. What are you doing? Where you're at? Who you're with? What's going on around you? And little 30-second videos. This is what's going on right here. You can show how you're making the doll, how you're making the candle, how you're making the waist beads. I mean, people are really interested in seeing what's going on.
That's why my camera, that's why my memory is full, because I got pictures and videos and everything.
What type of phone do you have?
I got a Samsung Note, like a 10, S10 or something like that.
Okay. Are you saving your pictures on the cloud?
Some I do, some no. It's most of the stuff is just on my phone.
Because I'm like, if you save it on the cloud, that gets it off your device, and that will free up some of the space on your phone.
I'm probably not even signed into the cloud thing that Samsung got, or is it? It's probably like Google Drive or something. Yeah, I'm gonna try it out. I'm gonna check it out.
And I promise you, next week I'm gonna come with the scheduler, like how to sit down and actually schedule the content out, so that you're not always trying to do it right in the moment. You can schedule. Okay, this post for Mommy Mindset Mogul Mondays is gonna go out Monday, Wednesday, Friday, Sunday at, I don't know, 10 o'clock in the morning, so I can remind people to keep coming on a regular basis. Your stories are something that you do every day. So that's not scheduled. That's just an everyday, this is what I'm doing type situation. This is what I'm doing. For those of us who are on Mommy Mindset Mogul, you know, you could take a picture of you sitting at the computer, you know. You could do a short 30-second video. Hey, I'm on Mommy Mindset Mogul Mondays. Today we're talking, tomorrow we're talking about this, that, and the other, or this, da, 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 da. It doesn't have to be perfect. It just shows that you're actually doing something. People like to see when people are busy. What are they doing? I'm drinking my coffee. I'm talking. I'm doing, you know, because while we're sitting in front of the Zoom, we got the laptop, your phone is right there, or your iPad is right, or your tablet is right there. You can capture the moments of what you're doing, what you're just doing right now, and then you can put it out there. People like to see what's going on.
You know, I'm just thinking I could, you know, while I'm, which I do every day, Monday through Friday, is the preparation. And I'm usually about 10 minutes on about 10 minutes before, you know, and I could, you know, just jump on saying that I'm getting ready, you know, and just, you know, kind of guiding people to come on over and stuff. And then those that see it later on, they'll know what I was doing for tomorrow. Yeah, that's something to think about.
Yeah, because I know, and
yeah, even if I'm just saying, let me see what music I'm gonna put on today. It just, you know, it doesn't have to be nothing deep, just, you know, from what I see on the story and what I see on TikTok, it's never nothing deep, hardly. Just passing through.
Passing through. And like I said, that video, the videos that I put up about me belly dancing, because like I said, I did a special class, then I went to do a class, and then I went and did and sat for like 4 hours in a business class. And it's like, okay, this is what I'm doing. I got more people coming in. So what about that tea? What about belly dancing? How can I get, I've gotten I'm going to say probably maybe about $600 in interest. And I say interest because we haven't completed everything for private classes and the belly dance party and entertaining at a birthday party coming up. Just because I'm posting on somebody's condominium, balcony, belly dancing. That one video. I'm like, okay, there's a method to my madness. There's a method to my madness. And plus I love to dance. So I'm like, whether I do it for free, if I'm gonna do it for free, I'm gonna do it with I'm choosing when to do things for free now. Like when people come talking about, can you do this free event? Nuh-uh. Nope, sorry. No, not doing free events no more. No, no. But if I'm doing a 30-minute class on somebody's balcony with a millionaire and her daughter and other top execs, I'll do that. And we're gonna post on social media. I'll do that. Yeah, because that generates that. In turn, I knew that was gonna generate into something else. So yeah, we're stepping the game up, changing the game up. So that's part of my why, is because I want to transform people's lives, and I also want to transform my life as well. I got goals that I want within the next year. This is what I'm going to be doing to accomplish that. So that's my technology for today. And I want to see those contracts, or at least next week, come with a rough draft of your contract to yourself. And I thought that was deep. I was like, I'm writing a contract to myself about my business. Oh, okay. I write contracts to myself all the time about, you know, what I want from the spirit world. I'm like, why not do this for the business? Like, okay, I see you. And then the self-development program that I'm in, they call it technology for accomplishment. I'm like, this technology is not always electronic. I get you. And Sheila knows exactly what I'm talking about. So I'm like, oh, okay.
That sounds like manifesting to me, manifestation.
It is. It's all forms of manifestation. You are absolutely right. But it's something about when you put that pen to paper that really brings it home.
Yeah, you know that Danyelle, there was a session that I had. It was an event, and one of the things that the ladies had us to do was we wrote a letter to ourselves. So like today is the 27th, June 27th. 2022, we wrote a letter to ourselves as to what we were going to accomplish by June 27, 2023. So we wrote it to ourselves and we put it in an envelope and we put our address on the envelope and we gave it to her. A year later, we forgot all about that doggone letter, or, was she really going to do it or not? But I get the letter in the mail. And do you know that I had accomplished those things that I had written to myself saying that I was going to do? And it was like, wow, I did this. I'm like, open it up, not remembering why am I getting this letter? And then I read to myself, dear Sheila, and blah, blah, blah. And I said, whoa. One, I was surprised that she actually sent it to me. And then the other was, I had accomplished those things. So that was really cool. Yeah, that was cool.
I had a similar experience. I just tried it out to see if it worked, but so you get in your picture in your mind of climbing a ladder, and you feel and see yourself climbing the ladder, and then you write on a piece of paper, I will not climb a ladder. I will not climb a ladder. You write it everywhere. Put it on your bathroom window, mirror, put it in your room, refrigerator, everywhere. And you keep saying it over and over to yourself. I will not climb a ladder. Like, be adamant about it. I will not climb a ladder. I will not climb a ladder, right? So I did it for a couple of days. I'm like, okay, this is cute. And I kept it moving. About 2 weeks ago, I was in my backyard, minding my business, and a wire was hanging from my house. And I was like, how am I going to get this wire connected back to my house? Oh, there's the ladder. Picked up halfway up the ladder, I realized I'm climbing a ladder. To show us the power of our thought, like the universe always says yes, even when we say no. So because I had envisioned the ladder, me climbing the ladder, and I put all my energy into climbing the ladder. And then when I came out of the vision, I wrote down, I will not climb a ladder. The universe don't hear not. It don't hear no. And I ended up climbing the ladder.
That's key. That's mind-boggling, because the not, it didn't matter about the word.
It did not matter how much I said I was not gonna climb it. I had already put it out in the universe before. I'm gonna climb a ladder.
Right.
I felt myself going up the ladder. I was like,
yes.
Same thing. It was a beautiful day.
Yes.
I was like, actually worked. So no matter how many times I work with the law of attraction, it always works.
Yeah. That's that word when people say, don't forget. I'm like, what do you want me to do? Well, don't forget to do this. What do you want me to do?
Yes, you have to say,
said, you want me to forget it, or you want me to remember? What's the action word? You know, oh, you hear it all the time, love, I love you to death. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I don't like people say stuff like that.
Don't say that to me. Just say I love you. That's
I love you.
Yes.
I love you. So yeah, the words that we put out there, they come back. So it's like we really have to, and I think that's what it is the law of attraction. It's like, okay, I want my business to make, $100,000 this year. These are the systems in place I want to put in place in order to make that happen.
Yeah.
And you go and that's your action plan to go ahead and make it happen. Oh, my battery's slow. I didn't realize my charger came out. But yeah. So yeah, I'm excited, and that's something I can't wait to get on with the Elizabeths and really get down and get creative. And I want to have, I don't know what day I'm gonna come up with it. I used to have a friend of mine, and we used to call them nerd dates. So it's a day where we get together You may be working on your business. I'm working on my business. She working on, but oh, I need help with this. I got you right there. Let's do that real quick. Okay. Okay. I need help over here. Okay. And geek dates, either geek day or nerd date. I don't know which day. I'm both, so it doesn't really matter to me what you call it. But it's like we just really get, oh, I need to get this taken care of. Okay, let's get you set up. Let's get this taken care of. And we just get everything that we need to make ourselves more successful just done. You'd be surprised what you can get done in an hour, you know, just being around like-minded people doing the same thing.
Mhm.
So I'm like, even it's hard for summertime to get me inside because I want to be outside so bad. So if it was cloudy that day, I wouldn't mind. So it's like, oh, we have a reason to be inside. Like, okay, you know what? Let's get some stuff done. But I'll figure out a date where we can all come together and get all this tied together. Because once you get it tied together and you go forth, you'd be surprised how quickly things, you know, how you're ready for the world. So we got our contract, write down everything, your why you're doing what you're doing, what the outcome you want from it, and then the goals, the action plan of how to do it. So from now on, like Sheila said, I got 10 minutes. I'm gonna do a story about me getting ready for Grand Rising Elizabeth. That's her action plan. You know, Mama Evelyn, I'm just using it as an example. The next party that you have, show yourself packing up for the party. You know what I'm saying? Do a 30-second video of you setting up for the party. Do a 30-second video of people sitting there creating. You know what I'm saying? And then do a 30-second video of what they created. People love seeing stuff like that. They love seeing you actively busy. You know, I see at Pieces, if I can't make it to the sister circle, I know at Pieces gonna make it live. I could follow the live. I could see what's going on. I could still be a part of it if I'm not there. But I'm gonna try to be there this tomorrow. I'll try my best to be there.
I have a question.
Yes, ma'am.
Do you use TikTok?
Yes, I do.
I get really overwhelmed at trying to figure out what sounds to use, like the featured sound, like the trending sounds. Like I have a video of me making a flower vase and stuff, and I'm like, and I get stumped on how to put it out because I don't want it to be a waste of a video of not getting a lot of views and stuff like that.
So here's the thing: there's never a waste. There's never a waste.
Ever.
I would say I can understand what you're going through. Get yourself a notebook. This is what I had to sit down and do. Get myself a notebook. If I happen to come across a sound that I like, I'll write down the name. First of all, I'm going to save it. Save the sound in TikTok because you know you're going to use it again. Write down the name of the sound and the artist and everything in that notebook so that you can refer back to what it is that you want to do. When you create the video and put the sound on there, one thing about TikTok, in order to get the video out, you have to attach it to another social media site in order to send it out. For me, I was sending it out on Facebook and Instagram, but then I found out something and I was like, oh, okay, I got to change this a little bit. So
really?
Okay, so what it is that Facebook and Instagram are owned by the same company that owned by Facebook.
Exactly.
They now have something called Reels, which is similar to TikTok. It's the same thing, but
see, I do
I do my editing and everything in TikTok, and I was sending it out through Instagram, which also sent it out through Facebook. But Facebook has a monetizing program now for the Reels, where you can actually get paid for sending out videos and having people follow you. I'm like, okay, but you can't do it from a third party. So if it has a TikTok logo on it, they won't pay you on it. So one of the things I learned this weekend, because I'm around like minds, is that there's an app that you can use to take off the third party logo from TikTok. So now it's like I have to upload the TikTok by itself, go back into my phone, take off the third party logo, and then upload it through Instagram to Facebook so I can get paid. Because when you start getting 1,000 likes, and people will find you with your hashtags and everything, they will find you. Don't ever think that there's a video wasted. It's never a video wasted. They will find you. when you start getting views on your reels on Facebook and Instagram over $1,000, Facebook will invite you to actually start getting paid once a month for your viewership on your reels. So there's money to be made just for making videos.
Hey, ladies, I have to release social media. And that was perfect because you were sharing about social media. So if you want to continue with us on Zoom, if you would go to elizabethvisionaryconference.org, you can get your link and come and join us for the next hour or till 10 o'clock. So we will see you all tomorrow at 8 o'clock to 9, but you can join us for the whole thing. elizabethvisionaryconference.org. Peace out. You may continue.
Okay. So yeah, that's a little bit about the reels, but don't ever think there's never a video wasted. Never. Don't ever think that. I go, but you have to be consistent, and the more often you do it, the more people follow you, the larger your viewership and everything will grow. So I hope I helped you out with that, Kate Kalika.
Yeah. Thank you.
And you're welcome too. So do I have any questions about what I just shared? I know I shared a lot, but they all kind of intertwine with each other one way or the other. Because I know and I think I am going to do that next week, because I'm remembering when I taught social media for the natural hair boot camp, I used to make people post right then, right there, something. I'm at Everett's Natural Beauty School completing my natural hair boot camp. I'm doing this, I'm doing that, because the power of right now gains more interest. You know what I'm saying? People, that's why, if you see me off camera doing something, I'm getting an angle. Getting my picture, I'm doing something so I can sit out here and post this stuff later, because I'm like, this is interesting right now. Like, I got this in the background. I took this before I got on camera. And it's like, it creates. So next week, make sure your phones are charged, make sure you're beautiful, put on some lip gloss, if you need a little hair wrap or something, because we are going to post the right now. You know what I'm saying? You're going to get some angles of you, with the Zoom and the background, however you want to do it to make it you, we're going to do that, but we're going to do the power right now. Hashtag Elizabeth, hashtag Grand Rising Elizabeth. We're going to do it because the right now, that's what gets people. I tell you, some stuff I find out right now, I'll be like, oh, so so-and-so doing something. Oh, okay. Oh, that's what they're doing. I didn't know about that. Or that's what they did. Like, okay, I want to go to that next year. You get into them stories, you get into a vortex of looking at other people's stories. Like, what the heck is going on? I'm like, okay. So yeah, next week, be ready. Because we gonna do some right now posting, to see what's the help out. So I hope that help out. I want everybody to have their contracts too. This is my contract to myself. You want to call it a contract, if you want to call it a petition, if you want to write a letter, however you want to do this. What is your now? What are you trying to get? What are you bringing forth with that? And then what are you committed to doing every single day to make that happen?
Ashe. Good stuff.
Yes.
Ashe. Thank you. Hope you all really wrote down some good notes. I know I did. Use that information wisely.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so we're going to transition into our meditation. And we're not going to take a long meditation today. We're just going to take a few moments to just center ourselves and ground ourselves before we get into today's topic. So sitting comfortably. Make sure that you're comfortable wherever you are. And we're just going to take a few moments to just check in with ourselves and to give ourselves that 5 minutes of grace So make sure that you're sitting comfortable. If you're lying down, make sure you're lying down comfortably, or even if you're moving around, it's okay. If you got to move around, that's fine. But just commit to the next 5 minutes being the priority. Your thoughts, your energy being the priority, not giving yourself away to anything or to anyone for the next few moments. And I will be here to guide you along the process. All right, so get comfortable. And as you're getting comfortable, you want to just feel what it feels like to breathe normally as yourself. And as you're breathing, pay attention to whatever thoughts may be coming to you. Inhaling through your nose and exhaling out your mouth, signaling to the mind that we are about to step into a different dimension, another dimension. So inhaling through the nose, exhaling out the mouth, and allowing gravity to do its job, allowing that energy to fall, to gently, gracefully fall to the earth. Inhaling and gently exhaling. Feel what it feels like to slowly quiet the mind. Feel what it feels like to gently surrender the body. Surrendering to this moment of just being. Just being like a tree. Inhaling through the nose, gently exhaling out your mouth. If you'd like, you gently close your eyes, or you can find a focal point in front of you to focus on at eye level. And just rest your gaze there. And just allow your mind to just be, with no judgment, with no criticism. Just being. And as you observe your thoughts, just watch them like clouds passing in the sky. Inhaling through the nose, gently exhaling out the mouth. Just allow your thoughts to pass and just observe. And ask yourself, what am I thinking about? And as the thoughts pass, allow them to, holding on to nothing. Inhaling and exhaling. And as you observe your thoughts, notice how certain thoughts make you feel. Observe that feeling. And when you are ready, choose. Choose how to feel about it. Choose what to do with that thought or that feeling. Inhaling through the nose. Gently exhaling out the mouth. I'll watch the time, but take a moment here to just be. As you inhale and exhale, begin to descend back into your body. Moving in your own time. Like the sun rises in the sky. Feel what it feels like to move in your own time. So following your breath, when you are ready, slowly and gently bring yourself back to this moment, taking your time, being gentle with yourself, inhaling and gently exhaling. Allowing this present moment to unfold, to blossom. When you are ready, gently wiggle your fingers and toes. When you are ready, slowly and gently open your eyes. And take a moment to just jot down any messages that you may have brought back with you. Any memories, a word, a color, a sensation. Inhaling and gently exhaling. I'll give you just a few moments to write down whatever messages may have come to you, or to just contemplate any thoughts that may have come to you. Welcome back. back. Ashe. All right. If there's anyone that would like to share their journey, please feel free to do so now. For anyone that would like to share any messages or divine guidance that they received during their meditation, you are welcome to do so. All right. Welcome back. Mama Evelyn, you was traveling.
Mm.
You was gone, girl. You and Mama Rosia. I seen y'all.
Mhm. Rosie is right on the tip. Go ahead.
Girl,
Because it's
girl, go on,
almost
girl.
about to jump out.
Well, I got in touch with the quiet, I'm sitting here in the sunshine in my room, and I could hear, I've heard of the term quiet noise.
Mm.
And all of a sudden, the noises of the outside, I'm a distance from the freeway, but I can still hear it. Everything was just merging into this silence. It was noise, but it was just very, very quiet.
Mm.
That makes any sense.
Mm-hmm.
And that felt good. The other thing I got in touch with was, and this was later after the realization that everything was so peaceful and so restful, I had the smell of gasoline. And I'm like, how could that be? I'm really such a distance from the street. And I hear no cars on this street, but could it be from the freeway, which is quiet, and I'm reminded of the discussions we have about pollution in the air. And that I've come to a point where I just accept the smell naturally without realizing it. So in that relaxation and tuning in, I'm aware of just what my air is really like. But I've just become so accustomed to it.
Mm.
And that kind of bothers me.
Mm.
And I realize that it's not just me that has accepted less than what we deserve in terms of fresh air.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And your senses do sharpen when you're in meditation, especially depending on how deep you get into meditation. Your listening will sharpen and broaden. Your sense of smell will get better, all of that. So that's really good. That means you were sunken down deep into it. So that's good. That's good. Do you have like an air purifier at home?
Yeah, I guess I need to get more. I have one in my bedroom, and my husband ran out and got two because after we found out that we had possible black mold in our basement, we knew that we had to really work on the air. So, but maybe I need to get it at a bigger level in the rooms. I'm just aware that in this room, I did not think of the pollution coming in. I'm getting it from the outside. This is my fresh air room.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm. And that's what that kind of it concerns me that the room where I go for the fresh air in meditation, I could smell the smell of gasoline.
Thank you for sharing that. Anybody else like to share? You're welcome before we move on. Going once. Going twice. Mama Evelyn, what you got?
No, just yeah, I noticed that sometimes I don't feel like I'm breathing properly, and I've become really resistant to my daughter over this, well, before the pandemic, but she's a clean freak. You know, you got 4 cats, so you really have to clean after them. But she uses chemicals sometimes, you know, like, and it's like, can we stop spraying stuff? You know, we don't wash our clothes together because she uses those flavor beads, and they gave me a yeast infection. And I had only had 1 yeast infection in my life. And then I wait to get 60 something and get another one. I'm like, no, we're not doing that.
That's not what we're doing.
So yeah, just the breathing thing and the fresh air, and it's changing. I feel it. So.
I'm sorry, what was the topic? I had to run away for a second. Or were we talking about our experience during the meditation?
Yeah. Would you like to share?
Yes. Mine was a little brief, but I felt light. Like, you know, when you sit, you breathe, and you get to a point where you're finally centered and taking a breath. I felt light, but then I had to snap out of it because my responsibility called. So I had to rush and do a couple of things, but light. So I need to take time, but definitely lightness. So I know I need it.
Good. Okay. Very good. Very good. All right, ladies. Anyone else? Okay. All right. Thank you so much. So today we are going to wrap up our series this month for 2 women from Men with Love. And we are going to just have a brief conversation about masculine energy. What is it really? What's its purpose? What masculine qualities do we already possess? Because we've already shared, and many of us on here know that men and women, we both share in energy. So men have a feminine side as well as a masculine side. Women have a feminine side and a masculine side. So respecting that, out of that realization, let's share a little bit about how does our masculine energy kick in, and first let's start with what are masculine qualities, or what are masculine characteristics. So what's the first thing that comes to your mind when I say masculine? Just throw it out there, don't think about it, just throw it on the
Dominance.
wall.
Dominance.
Okay. Who else? The first word that comes, or the first thought that comes when you think about masculine?
Muscles.
Mm-hmm.
Okay,
leadership. Okay.
Deep voice.
Strength,
deep voice. Okay.
Control.
Okay.
Know it all.
Wow. Okay. I don't know why, but when I think masculine, I think big.
Yes.
I think big, you know.
Yeah.
Everything has to be big. Okay, so we pointed out some qualities. I heard strength, I heard muscles, I heard control, I heard leadership, big. So now that we have kind of identified those, what are some of if we turn that into a spiritual conversation, what are some of the spiritual qualities of masculine? Because we live in a society, of course, that's male dominated. And You know, it took me a long time to learn that God is both. If you know, there is an archetype of God that is feminine and masculine. So just knowing what we know, not only in the world, but in our own spiritual lives, what are some masculine qualities on the spiritual tip, on the spiritual level, that maybe we don't even realize that we are tuned into, maybe we overlook them? What are some of those qualities? Spiritually, spiritual masculine qualities. What would that be? The first thing I think of is protection or protector.
Nurturer.
Nurturer, really? You think nurturer when you think masculine, divine masculine?
Yeah, because they're very protecting, but yeah, they kind of hover over nurture, make sure you protect. I guess it all falls under. All right.
I love it. I love the perspective. Yeah.
Responsibility.
Responsibility. Mm-hmm.
Although it seems subtle sometimes.
Right.
Yes.
It's there. Yeah, when someone, particularly a man, is in his divine masculine, it shows up as responsibility for sure. Mm-hmm. A sense of responsibility. What are some other divine masculine qualities?
I think protector. Did someone say that already?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I said that. Protector.
Yeah. Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Provider.
Hmm?
Provider.
Provider. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know what you would call it because I find in my daughter's neighborhood that the men, I just revert back to my brothers who are deceased and my father, and it's, I think, doer, or they take care of the women in the neighborhood. They take care of, if your grass needs cutting, you don't have to ask. If your snow needs to be removed, you don't have to ask. We have 1, 2, 3 gentlemen who all have snow blowers, and they stop right at her property line.
Yeah.
And I find it so, it pisses me off.
It's like disrespectful.
Very.
Yeah.
Very. Knowing that there are just females here other than RJ. And just, and I don't know whether it was something that they did when RJ's father lived here, and he just kind of messed that relationship up with the gentleman. I don't know, but I don't get it. You know, because there was a lawn service, and he does several people's lawns. And when I contacted him, I realized he was the gentleman across the street, down the street, and he was holding a grudge against Big Richard about not paying for lawn services one time. But he wasn't really in the lawn service, but he would cut the lawn. But I guess Richard didn't pay him, and so I think I kind of got pissed when he said that, and I hung up on him. So, I think when I see him again, it's on my heart to say, I realize that, you know, you have a relationship with Richard, but he hasn't been here in 7 years. And,
7 years.
You know,
He's still mad.
I don't know whether you know that or not, but you know, I don't think she knew that he owed you anything. So, you know, if he wants to continue that grudge, I will allow him to do that, but I will forgive him. Mm-hmm. I need to forgive him for that. Because I really want to go into
your masculine.
Yeah.
Go to your masculine.
Like,
Okay. So that brings up a good point, you know, that I never really thought of, is that masculine energy does kind of hold, I don't want to say resentment. I mean, it could turn into resentment, but they hold the line. They hold a standard, you know what I mean? As far as this is what it is, this is how it should be, you know. So in relating that to your own self, how do you tap into your masculine, or do you tap into your masculine side at all? How do you use your masculine energy? Because there's a lot of talk about what, you know, we don't get along with and how we don't relate, but there's a lot of ways we do relate. And if you are deficient in either feminine or masculine, you're not in balance. So how is it that you tap into your masculine energy in a positive way to stay balanced? Does anything stick out for anyone in particular? I mean, myself personally, you know, my children help me to stay tapped in because I have to be mama and papa to them a lot of times, you know, and that's when I realized years ago, you know, wow, I use a lot of my masculine energy. I got to tap more into my feminine because I'm always like disciplining them and trying to figure it out and making sure I'm providing for them. And you know what I mean? So as a mama, a lot of us already are tapped in to our masculine energy. So maybe that can help you to kind of relate to what I'm saying. But how is it that you use your masculine energy to keep yourself balanced or to stay balanced?
Well, I'm looking at two of the roles. I see the spiritual part, masculinity. There's a caretaker type attitude. And of course, we often look at women as being major caretakers. And so that role I look at as one where it's a balance of masculine energy, feminine energy, and men have feminine energy, women have masculine energy naturally.
What is caretaker? I'm curious, what do you mean what's the difference between masculine caretaking and feminine caretaking in your opinion?
Masculine caretaking often looks at when I look at and I think of my elders and so forth, and I look at men today, the desire to and the feeling of responsibility to keep the house intact, you know, to make sure that the door that's getting ready to fall down gets worked on, you know, get the hammer and the screws and put it together. They feel that they have the strength, more strength to do these kinds of things. But on the more personal level, the caretaking of just saying, I have responsibility, the way my children look, the way my wife looks or my mother appears in the community reflects on me. And I'm going to take care of business. That is my responsibility. And the female caretaker role is very much more of the doing, the getting of the water, the cooking, the serving, the cleaning up. I noticed early in life the difference between a male's definition of clean and a woman's definition of clean.
Very, very different.
And we both have something to learn because in our society, I think we are often extreme in what we view as necessary cleanliness. And there have even been some doctors that have talked, you know, in lectures and said, listen, the body needs to develop an ability to handle some dirt, handle some germs and so forth. So when you put too much sanitizing there, you can create a weak body. So if you're in a situation where there is not this cleanliness that you are used to, you can't make it. You get really sick because you haven't developed any muscle against so-called dirty issues. Yeah. So the man seemed to have a natural understanding of that, more natural than women. Yeah.
Right. I remember my son used to come in feel like he had no concept of dirt. None. It wasn't until girls started liking him. And I told him that. I said, when the girls start liking you, then you'll change. And that's what made him change. But he would eat with dirty hands, you know, just roll around in the dirt.
You
like
know,
he would go look for the dirt.
I agree with you. I have twin cousins and a little brother 5 years younger than me. So I remember helping my grandmother take care of them because I was at that age. And they would go outside. And I realized at 7 and 8 years old, they would come back in just as dirty as can be. They smelled like wet puppy dogs then. And I'm like, and this is different. And I'm just like, they didn't understand why they had to go and take a bath after being outside for 5-6 hours rolling in the dirt. And they had the Tonka trucks, these big Tonka trucks that were heavy. Like, I swear to God, if you dropped it on your foot, you would break something. Heavy metal trucks that they would play with in the dirt. And it's like, you're right, they have no concept of being dirty. It's like the dirt just became a part of them. But that's also them, and I realize now that's them playing with the earth. Like, there's nothing wrong with that. Back in the day, it was like, oh my God, you dirty, don't pack that dirt inside. Still don't want to track the dirt inside, but I get that they were playing with the earth. They were grounding themselves. They were running nature. They was playing with their imagination. They were having a good time doing all that. I realize that now. Then it was just like, y'all come in, y'all that smell. Like, how? But I agree. I just wanted to say that I remember that even then.
Yeah. Well, RJ's school, his school, that is a part of, I mean, they developed outdoor classrooms but they were always outdoorsy. And he, you know, I know that when we get a car, when it comes, when we have it, I know to have a drop cloth, an extra change of clothes, because he gets, you know, muddy from head to toe. And his other grandmother would say, why does he have to? I said, that builds his immune system. That helps with that. Mm-hmm. And that's what they teach there. So, you know, but there's no fun cleaning that stuff.
At all.
Mud is mud. I realize why mud huts are so strong, because trying to get that stuff off of boots, whether wet or dry, that's a chore.
It is.
Woo.
Anyone else? Would anyone else like to share the divine masculine? How do you tap into divine masculine, your divine masculine? How do you use that energy?
You know what? For me, it's starting to lift weights. I've gotten to a point where I've lost the weight that I want to lose, but now I need to build my muscle. And weightlifting, I'm beginning to see the masculine and feminine in different type of exercises. Weightlifting is definitely masculine.
What makes you say that?
Oh, just the type of machines that you're using, how you're using the machines, how you're building the muscle. My potty mouth comes out more when I'm lifting those weights, when I'm doing the HIIT exercise. There is nothing, in my opinion, there's nothing feminine about it. My mouth is a sailor because I don't want to do it, but I know I have to do it in order to build that muscle. And it's something about that weightlifting, using your own body to build the strength and everything. Like, for instance, belly dance is all fluid and it's pretty and I can be pretty and sexy with it. But with that weightlifter, oh, it's I'm in a whole different mindset. Plus, I know this stuff is going to hurt later on, but I know the results of what it's going to do. Like I said, in order for me to push through those HIIT workouts, from 20-second, 30-second intervals of doing squats and lunges and jumps and all of that. Like I said, it's a whole different, I'm in a whole different mode. There's the grunting and the, like, I got to get this out. And like I said, I'll be cussing up a storm. It's totally different than being pretty. It's something about, I'm getting strong. Weightlifting is like, I'm getting strong. I don't see anything pretty about, not to say it like that, but it's like, I'm getting strong. Grr, versus belly dance, where it's like, okay, I'm maybe pretty. So it's like, for me, my masculine, it's definitely that weightlifting. Like, it's a whole different world. It's a
I'm
whole.
glad you brought those. I'm glad you brought that up. That's a very good examples that we can use. So you have the belly dance, which is fluid, and oh, I'm so feminine and pretty. But feminine energy can get a little ugly too.
I know.
It can be a little hard. And then you have the masculine. It's like, oh, I gotta push through, push through, right? So if you were to integrate the two, how could you integrate feminine energy? Well, masculine energy, because I already got a thought about that. But how does masculine energy play a part in the fluidity of belly dance?
Oh, that's a good one. That's a good one. And I have to look into it because let me say, like, there are male belly dancers.
Oh, I've seen
out
it. Yeah,
there.
you put me on the male belly dancers.
And the thing about it is,
real
it's
thing.
a beautiful thing to see them invite the femininity of belly dance into their masculine bodies, but it's still masculine to see that. And it's like, oh, it takes on its own form. So I'm like, I've seen it from the other side. I've seen it from the other side where it's like, okay, he's still masculine, but he's moving them hips. I'm like, I see you.
So what I want to, because what's interesting about the examples that you're giving is, and we all do it, and that's the point of this conversation, is to kind of like blur the lines and to really get past that view that masculine is here, feminine is here, and that they're not the same, when truly they are in so many ways. They're just expressing different, right? So in belly dance, when I think of what will be the masculine principle in of something feminine like belly dance, well, we already said some of the qualities of masculinity. One of them is control, right? And so if you're belly dancing, you still have to have some level of control, right? So that is a masculine quality that we can incorporate or we can integrate into our feminine way, right? So what are some other things that you may consider feminine, but really do have some masculine qualities to them? Not just you, Danyelle, but all of us. Yeah,
I thought of the word
what'd you
discipline. I thought of the word discipline as Danyelle was speaking. And we see that in both masculine and feminine. There's a lot of discipline that a woman has to have as she is pregnant and plans to give birth, and you're doing your breathing and you're stretching, you're getting ready to have a successful, less difficult birth process. A lot of disciplined behavior to get that. And then of course the military, I often think of male energy. We have more women in the military these days, but it's still all of this at having erect posture and marching and to your side, to your, and you think of that as more of a masculine thing. They seem to enjoy it. But women are involved, and that's been interesting to me to look at that change or that progression. So discipline is an important energy to look at when we look at the masculine and the feminine. And we have bodies and physical assignments. We haven't had a man to have a baby yet, although they're just
that don't stop people from trying. Lord knows they keep trying, don't they? Very good. Thank you, Mama.
So I wanted to chime in on the things that both male and female do, like nursing. I always, as a kid, I was always that women are the nurses, and the men. Cooking, it was always a woman that would do the cooking, and brothers, they clean up, boy, they can cook. What else? What? Sewing, right. Mm-hmm.
Mhm.
So I guess now the male, my is when I need furniture moved, I'm getting it done. You know, and of course, at an older age, this last bout when I had to move stuff out and we had some new carpet, I told my body, "You're not going to do this time. You're going
You're gonna let them do that.
You're going to wait. You're going to
Mhm.
just move little small things." But yeah, as a woman, I'll get out there and move it in a minute.
Mhm.
And you're wondering, how did you get that chair upstairs? You know, but you look at that as a male's job, you know, move the heavy furniture and stuff. But yeah, me and my sisters, we'll get up there, tear a wall down in a minute, you know,
Mhm.
that hammer and get all that frustration out. Ah!
You know, I didn't even think about that because my mom taking care of things around the house. You know,
Mhm.
when you grow up in a household and you don't have a male around, you take on the masculine energy of things
Yeah.
that's typically male in order to get stuff done. My
Mhm.
mom got a toolkit. You know, she simple things, stopping a running toilet. You know what I'm saying? Fixing. I think I got inspired to install a ceiling fan one time, changing the thermostat from the regular one to digital because my grandma kept turning up the heat to 90 at 3 o'clock in the morning. You know, it's like, okay, there's no man around. No, we got to get this done. Yeah, the tapping into that side, the work side, the hard work side is tapping into the masculine.
Very good. Now, let me ask this before we go. What is there? Okay, because I just thought of this question. What is it that only a man can do? Because women, we talk all the time about, oh, I can do this and I can do that. If it needs to get done, I'm gonna step in there and do it. What is it that like you have to, other than the obvious, which is
I'm gonna say
other than that,
we can do a fake good job of that too, though, you know.
other than that part, what else can only a man do? Is there anything that only a man can do it? And as women, that is a very challenging question. We may have to do a part 2 on that question because that is a very challenging question. As women, we step in there and we do it all. As men, what is other than sex, what is the one thing that only a man can do? Think about it. Because I'm thinking about it.
Mhm.
Only, I don't know if this is like official or not, but
Mhm.
only a man can tell another man or a young man what it's like to be a man.
That's a good one.
Yeah.
Definitely. Yes. Only a man knows what it's like to be a man.
I don't care if they change their body or whatever,
Mhm.
whatever that was or is, only they can say. We can say what it's kind of like or what it should be, and you should be doing this, or, you know, a man does this, but that man, that's only vice versa.
Mhm.
Mhm.
Well,
Oh, yeah.
at Peace, I have concern about the strength issue. And, you know, that's very much in the news these days, where sports, whether the fairness of
Transgender. Mhm.
agenda situation. So men are seen as being stronger. There's a strength level that a man surpasses the woman's level of strength.
Mhm.
So when you start talking about moving a van, pushing, lifting, and these kinds of things, they'll say, well, we need some men to do this. And the women will back off.
Mhm.
And
But
so
technically,
what is that? What is that?
Technically, right?
Mhm.
Mm-hmm.
A woman can lift a car.
Mm-hmm.
A woman can, you know what I'm saying? She can have
Yes.
as much bodily strength as a man when needed, right? So again, it's like, other than describing what it's like to be a man and having sex, what are some more, like, are there any other characteristics that only a man can do? That's a question I want you guys to kind of contemplate this
Okay.
and observe your husbands, your son, your grandson, like observe society and even how society is moving this week. Like what is I'm asking, what is the true value of a man? What's the true value of masculinity when we know as women what we're capable of? How do we find value in a man, in masculinity? You know, like honestly. And if you had to live your life without them, what would you miss other than the sex? Like honestly. Right? I'm not an advocate for one or the other. These are thoughts that I want you to contemplate. I want you to stretch beyond your normal perspective of things. And I want you to really go deep, because we live in a society right now that's splitting. I'm not even down the middle, but it's splitting. Okay. It's ripping, it's tearing on a lot of levels. And so we, being the thought leaders of the world, what is it that we know to be true, and how do we stand in that truth? You know, what is the value of our husbands, our sons, our brothers, our uncles, our fathers? What is their value? You know, and I want you to contemplate it in a healthy way, because I personally, like I said, the reason for the series is to get away from the negative, get away from the spirit of separation. That's not going to help us. How do we integrate? How do we find value? How do we come together? Right? So we are nearing, or we are at 10 o'clock. We are going to have to say so long and farewell for this particular Monday. But hopefully you got some food for thought this week. Hopefully you're able to kind of move your mind in a different direction, have some really good conversations around it. Next month in August, oh no, we're not in August, but we are July. Girl, I'm already in August. Lord have mercy. I'm already in August. Okay, in July, the theme is going to be focused on our feminine energy. We talked about the masculine. Now we're going to focus more on our feminine energy, which you know is my baby, honey. That is my zhuzh. We about to have some fun, some real fun. So make sure that you stay tuned. All of July, we are going to really dive deep into feminine energy. What does that mean? How do you tap into it? And all that other great stuff. So thank you so much for joining. Take your deep breath. Yes, Star, I'm sorry. Hi.
Before we take off, I have something that I need to say to the
ma'am.
Elizabeths, especially to you, Danyelle, and Mama Razia, and maybe Lily B, because I said this on Wednesday, but you guys weren't here. I'm not sure about Lily B. I know that Omani and Aduni was, and I think Evelyn was. But since I said what I said Wednesday, God has said more things. God has something for the Elizabeths to do. And what we were talking about today, her and I, and last night, was when are you going to let them know what that is? But anyway, before I give you the message that I gave them on Wednesday, I need to tell you what God showed me. I saw God standing there. It was right after he had created the woman. And he is looking at her and how beautiful she is. He made her wise, he made her strong, and he made her impenetrable. That was, I don't think that was the word, but anyway, I saw God reach inside of her and take out her strength and hide it within, no, not her strength, her power, and hide it within himself. And he said, the power of the woman needs to stay hidden. So then he put her out there, and then all kind of things were coming at her. Storm, rain, fire, whatever was thrown at her, but she did not fall. She still stood strong. So God said, well, she's ready. Now, the woman, God has allowed man to do what he's done to the woman, make her feel like she's less than nothing, and just make her think that she's underneath his feet, all of that. And the reason that was done is because the power of the woman needs to stay hidden. Well, now, God said,
It is time for the power of the woman to be revealed. We are not that far from the 1,000 years of peace. God does have something for the Elizabeths to do. And I don't know when for sure God will reveal that. I don't know when for sure God will give us our strength. The message is that with great power comes great responsibility. If you choose to receive your power in its fullness, remember that there is a responsibility that goes along with that, but that would be your choice, and that would be between you and God. I did see that as far as God showing the Elizabeths what he would like for us to do and to give you your power, I believe it will be on this platform. I will let you know when that will be. But I wanted to share that because you guys you are Elizabeths and you weren't here Wednesday.
Thank you. What is the 1,000 years of peace about?
That's something that's in the Bible. But there is a shift happening now. There's a lot going on. And Omani, can you hear me? Sheila, can you explain what the 1,000 years of peace is?
Oh, the 1,000 years of peace, that's in Revelation. That is when Christ comes, it, according to Revelation, comes back, and then there's peace on earth for 1,000 years. There's no conflict, the money, all that stuff. We live in the world of abundance, and we get to just celebrate life instead of the struggle that we've been experiencing. So that's basically what there's no war, none of that. For 1,000 years, you get to chill, you know, you get to enjoy life. Yeah.
Okay. You know, I'm all down for peace now.
Right.
Yes, 1,000 years of peace. I'm here for it.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
Omani.
I do want to say this, that
what's your 1,000 years of peace? Come on this microphone, lady. What's up?
Can she hear us?
She can hear. 1,000 years of peace. What's up? She coming. I think she coming. She look like she coming. There she go. Take it off mute so we can hear you. There she go.
We can't hear you.
Take your mute off so we can hear you.
Unmute yourself. There you go.
Unmute yourself.
No, you
down at the bottom. There you go.
Oh, y'all talking to me?
Yeah, we talking to you.
We're talking to you. What's 1,000 years?
What's 1,000 years of peace?
Wait a minute, hold on one second. Wait a minute. Okay, wait a minute. Let me turn my speaker up.
We hear you.
Yeah, we can hear you.
Okay, hold on. Okay, y'all, I done got in this Elizabeth group. I got so much going on. Danyelle, girl, you done rocked my world this morning. I'm about to talk to you about TikTok, all of them tops.
Okay.
The Elizabeth group got me on the wow across the board. And I'm just happy to be here. I am not a morning person, but now my spirit is waking me up. It woke me up at 8:30 this morning. I'll get on top of it. But this is amazing to me and everything else that I'm doing. So this got me running real fast. I love y'all. I'm here. I'm gonna hook up with Star because I know Star gonna be on here. Wait a minute, hold on. I'm doing two things at one time. Hold on. Okay, yeah. I'm gonna hook up with Star. So Star, give me a little wake up call in the morning. Just text me. I'll hear the ding. I'll wake up. But I love y'all. I'm glad I'm here. I'd love to see Mama Razia again and again and again. So this conversation today has been extraordinary, and that's what I gotta say.
We talking about Star just gave us a download from the Most High, and one of the downloads is that we are coming into 1,000 years of peace. and she referred to you as someone who can explain that better out of Revelations. Do you know anything about 1,000 Years of Peace from Revelations?
Okay. So, okay, y'all done went too deep for me. I'm trying to do two things at once.
We going
Somebody
there.
called. Y'all done went too deep. Wait a minute. I'm gonna come back and answer that question, but I got to clear this person I got on the phone because they going somewhere. They got to be clear. So I'm clearing them. I'll be right back. Okay.
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 And it's funny you say that because Sunzi been saying it too. Like it's time for women to step into their power. That's the point of that's going to be the key point for tomorrow's circle, when we're going to be at the river and we're going to really like tap into our feminine energy and to kind of open ourselves to receiving more of, because Cancer new moons are extremely powerful energy, because Cancer is the mother of the zodiac. So Cancer embodies divine feminine, right? And so and it's a new moon. So that's new energy, new beginnings, right? Tapping in. So if you can make it to the circle, even if you can't make it to the water, just tap in, tomorrow at some point, our spirits will connect. But we're definitely getting the call, that it's time for women to, especially when you see what's going on in the world. Like, it's definitely time for us to step into our power. And I don't feel as though we have much more time to play around with that either. Either we're going to do it or we're not. Like we used to have a saying, well, there is a saying in the military, when I was in the Navy, piss, shit, or get off the pot.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Like piss, shit, like do something. You can't just not do something. Mm-hmm. So, whatever your calling is, whatever you already been working on, it's going to be kicked up a notch between now and 2024. Oh, baby. We're going to see, evolution, revolution in feminine form all over the planet. And I'm excited about it because our revolution looks completely different, but it's still we still got to integrate that masculine though. Mm-hmm. Okay, as feminine, we're not separating ourselves from masculine because you can't. You just can't. You look like a fool trying. So it's better to just tap in and say, okay, what part of this is for me? What part of this can I use? What part of this is supportive? Like there is support in it. So I definitely want to chime that in.
Mm-hmm.
I do want to say that religion is not a requirement. Being a female is at this point for what God is showing me. Mm-hmm. Whether you're a woman or whether you're a girl, all you have to do is choose to answer the call or choose not to. It is your choice.
Mm-hmm. And it is a lot of responsibility. I think that's the part that's really been giving me intrepidation. It's like, oh, I already got a lot going on. But, you can't deny your purpose, why you're here.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So while she's getting herself cleared, we'll give her one more moment to do that. Because she can talk.
Yeah.
That sister can talk now. Okay. So while she's doing that, let's go ahead and what are some masculine qualities that you already possess that you are going to tap into this week to really integrate your energy? Because there's a lot of feminine energy that's going to be poured down on you this week. You're going to feel it. So how are you integrating the masculine energy into that? What does that look like? We talked about masculine energy being about discipline, being about responsibility, about protection. I think that's going to be my biggest theme this week, is how to protect the power that I already have. How do I protect that with all of the stuff that's happening and going on, right? And leveling up my responsibility for sure. Definitely have to do that. So what are some things that you want to tap into? It can just be one. It don't have to be a lot.
Leadership is one that I will tap into, taking more of a front seat. Mm-hmm. I tend to give everybody's ideas a chance, and well, you do it. What do you think? But I'm seeing the need to be a bit more responsible toward my business.
Yes,
More.
Razia, because you are a leader for sure. And we don't have enough of yous in the world, especially in the city. So you got my vote.
Okay.
You got
Thank
my
you.
vote, sis. Mm-hmm. She ready?
Yes, I'm ready.
Go for it.
So the question is, how did we get to, we're cleaning up stuff from 1,000 years? Tell me the context again.
No, the context was a download that Star got from the Most High about feminine energy and us stepping into our feminine power at this time, how it's crucial that we step into our feminine power at this time. And she spoke of 1,000 years of peace is soon to come. And she referred to you. So we just want to hear your 2 cents on what 1,000, because I asked the question, what is 1,000 years of peace? I'm not familiar with that.
Okay, so this is the age of Aquarius. And the age of Aquarius is we're about to go to peace, right? That's how come all the upset and the breakdowns are showing up, because patriarch has been in power. So they're trying to keep their power. They cannot keep their power. It's done. So it's going to be a lot of upset. So as spiritual people, we got to really be in the love and light of God, because everything that's going on, it won't touch you. You notice how COVID, if you were inside of the peace and love of God, you didn't get COVID. It didn't come near you. But if you weren't, you had a problem. And so that's what's really happening on the planet. And it's going to happen more than 1,000 years. It's like 2,000 years of this. But we got to clean up the mess that's here first. And it's like you were saying, that peace is all of us. Okay. Now I'm going to say this, and it's something I'm going to invite you to. I would like to invite you to invite her, Aduni, Queen Aduni, to come and talk. But it's about us getting in touch with our yoni, which is the creative power. But what we're not doing is connecting our yoni, to our heart. Our heart and our yoni. The yoni will tell the heart that it's the right thing. But if we're not in touch with our yoni, and our yoni is not alive, because most women, their yoni is traumatized. Right? So we got to clear ourselves, because once we get in touch, her name is Claudette Faison. She teaches it. If you are not in, the yoni is the original pendulum. It's like now that I've done the class with her several times. I just got through doing it this weekend. That's why the hype is so here. When you're in touch with your yoni, you can go, buy this, yes, no. Your yoni will go, tweet, yes, no, tweet, no. Right? When I'm saying something, the Holy Spirit, because your yoni is where creation is.
Yeah. Oh.
So to be in touch with your yoni is to be in touch with creation. Oh my God, I'm so freaked out right now. But I'm not freaked out. I am so because it expands me. When I really get that information, it expands me. And it's when women really get that. How come you think the attack is on the yoni? Roe versus Wade, that's an attack on the yoni. All right. So as women, we must be in touch with and intact with our yoni, and we're unstoppable. That's how come they don't want us to have the power, because we really are the ones with the power. So the 1,000 years of peace will come with us really connecting with who we are as women. We keep saying the divine feminine. What is that? Our yoni.
I have
get in touch with it.
I worked with a sister. Of course, she don't call it a yoni; she call it pussy. But
pussy, panani, Kit Kat, everybody yoni. Everybody.
Her whole business is
I didn't
around.
mean to cut you off, whole piece. So,
that's okay.
But listen, yoni. Everybody yoni got a name. What's your yoni name?
Right.
What's your yoni's name? We did an event. The girl said, I ain't been in touch with my yoni in so long. She won't even tell me her name. She mad at me. When she started to touch her and get in touch with her. Her yoni got, I'm mad at you. You ain't, so you pay me some attention. I ain't giving you nothing. That's what she got back from her yoni, but we're not in touch. When was the last time you touched your yoni? When was the last time you tasted your yoni? Hello?
She talks about pussy power, and
Mhm.
she talks about, she'll ask you like, well, what does your pussy say about it? Like, she's very matter of fact. Like, well, did your pussy say it was okay? And when I first met her, I thought the girl was crazy. I ain't even gonna lie. I said, this girl is so like, but once I learned more and more about the power, I understood what she was saying. And it really does work. Like if you stop and you be like, okay, how does she feel about it? Whatever it is, it doesn't matter what it is. It doesn't have to be sexual. It doesn't matter. But if you don't get that little tingle down there, then it's a no. If you get the little tingle down there, then it's a yes. I'm like, I'm working on it. I'm not there yet.
But what we're finding from doing the diva events, the diva gathering, most women are not in touch with their yoni.
Yeah,
they're not in
so much
touch.
trauma put into it. Like
Exactly. So you got to release your trauma. You know, I met a sister that was at the event this weekend, and when I met her, she was like, "Oh no!" I started talking to her about this. She was like, "Oh no, my thing is sexual trauma." She was in the event this weekend and broke all the way through, and I was like, "Okay, this is beyond sexual trauma. This is beyond what we think our yoni is about, and it's not about sex. It's about how you pleasure yourself spiritually, mentally, emotionally, physically. Does it bring you pleasure? Anything that don't bring you pleasure is done. Right? When I first started this conversation, I really saw where I get my most pleasure is food. I love food. I love good food. I'd be like, But the part that was interesting to me is every piece of fruit in the middle of every piece of fruit is a yoni. Cut that fruit open. Cut that strawberry open. It's a yoni. And girl, when I was like, what? And I started cutting fruit open, looking for the yoni. And then I would eat the fruit. And all of a sudden, and I got, if somebody was to really eat my yoni like that, right? It's in every piece of fruit. And you can get that pleasure when you eat the fruit. And girl, we just got to cutting open fruit. Oh, it's a yoni. Look at that yoni and that grape. You get pleasure. So do I get pleasure from my clothes? What am I putting on? Does it give me pleasure? Do I get pleasure from my sheets? Because they're really, really great sheets. Do I get pleasure from my towels? Because they're really, really great towels and they're so soft and fluffy. And so to bring that pleasure into your life every day, the yoni gets very excited, ladies. So that's what I want to share.
So did that explain the 1,000 years?
Well, how we gonna get the peace in 1,000 years is be at peace with our yoni.
Yoni is gonna write.
Yes, how we get at peace for 1,000 years is getting in touch with our yoni, and that's what's really happening, because that's our access in to our power.
Yeah,
our feminine power.
Yeah, when I had shared before, when Queen Afua was here, and I was bringing her over to see the loft. And one of the things that we talked about was, I was telling her we were by the water and all of that. And I told her that what I had gotten from the spirit was that about us coming into our power, and that we were so broken that the work that we need to do was to be healed before we can do that. Otherwise, we're bringing brokenness to the table, and we can't handle, we'll fall apart. And so our job is to, in all these different ways, begin to bring healing and wholeness to the women.
Yes.
World. The women, period. No matter what color or race or whatever religion, it's about being healed, because we are that holds the men came through, they may be who we're loving and all that stuff, but they still came through some woman's womb. And so it has to be, we just have to get healed. We need to heal. And that was one of the reasons why, I'm down here by the water, I know when Peace and Danyelle was down there, they were always walking to the water, get restored and stuff. So yeah, we've got a job to do, and so that we to walk into the 1,000 years.
Yes.
We get to get healed. We get to take those retreats and these conversations to be healed. And the yoni goes through so much trauma, you know, the stretching, the bringing it back, the rejection from intercourse with in relationship with our mates, male or female, and you know, just all the different the fibroid tumors, the all of it. Yes, we need to be healed. I would definitely like to get some information from, you know, about Claudette.
Yes.
And your friend as well at Peace. It would be great to have them on.
Oh yeah, for sure. Yes, I'll reach out to her and see if
So
she's interested.
there's a lesson in the Course of Miracles that says, when I am healed, I am not healed alone.
Mm-hmm.
So the thing that we don't really understand, that as I heal, that I see out there gets the opportunity to heal. And there's another lesson that says, it's a part that says, you can't be an unhealed healer.
Mm-hmm.
And I've been with so many healers that not healed themselves. You cannot be an unhealed healer. Mm-hmm. So we want to go out and do all this work, but are you healed yourself?
Right.
Well, let me say that, you know, healing is such a lifelong process.
Right.
You know, and we have to, you know, what does healing actually look like for individuals?
Let's talk about that. Let's talk,
you know what I'm
just
saying?
Talk about that for a minute.
Because I'm still healing in certain areas, but I'm still able to heal others. Like,
but let me just jump in. Let me just jump in that piece. One of the things, because I've trained under Queen Afua and being my mentor, and she says, even at her age, each and every time she does a fast, there is another level of healing, another layer of healing that comes off. And that was powerful for me. Like it's a lifelong process.
Yes.
But also what I've learned as a healer, especially being a caregiver, is that we absorb certain energy. Each and every time we help somebody else heal, there's a little trickling of that unhealed energy that attaches to us. And we have to stop and retreat and fast and close and get all this excess energy off, and then go back into the world and actually heal. And what happens is a lot of heal, they keep going. They keep going. And
they don't
what
stop.
happens, it's
okay,
like
so
that's
the part of Danyelle, that's the part of being an unhealed healer. When you know when you keep going, we already know that's not the access in. Right? But the part about healing is, okay, when you start off, it might be spiritually you need a healing, but then the next time, but you get some access to healing as you do that process. So how you were in the beginning of your healing, like the layers of it, as you go forward, you learn and you know so much now. The healing is not like you inside of a healing, inside of a breakdown, but you're in a healing inside of progressing forward. Does that make sense?
Yes.
Okay, so yes, your healing is continuous, but you get power in how to handle the layers as they're coming off. Her, like a queen of I forget her name. I can't think of it right now. But as you go through, you get access and power to healing. Whereas before I would be like numb to I needed to do something. But as you start to do the work, you get to a point you go, this is off right here. Let me put what I need to put in.
Yeah, and you become more conscious.
Exactly. So the healing continues, but you get access to the healing. Right. So what took you 6 months to deal with before take you 1 day.
And see, that was my goal, because since we're bringing up Queen Afua, that's my godmother. You know, her and I have a beautiful love story. So she's very dear to me. And that's the first thing she taught me, you know, when I met her on Stone Mountain years ago. You know, I had a spiritual awakening. She was right there when I had it. And she's the one that helped me to understand, no. As much of a healer as I am, I'm still healing. It's continual, but it's quicker.
Yes.
You understand
what
I'm
talking about?
You know, okay. Yes. And that was my only goal. if we look at healing as a destination to get to, you're gonna be miserable. Because you're not, it's nothing for you to get to. It is part of your evolution as a goddess.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
And you're peeling back layers from lifetimes.
Yes.
So
and
if you
that's
think
how
you're
come.
gonna get it all figured out in this one lifetime, honey, that's
Yes.
not gonna happen. But what
Yes.
my goal has always been is, how can I take something that took me a year to figure out, 8 months?
Yes.
How can I do it in 5 minutes? I'm literally going down to 5 minutes. 8 minutes is actually my goal. If I can figure it out in 8 minutes and know exactly what to do, now I'm making progress. But I don't think I'll ever like be done. You know?
No, I'm not saying, okay, so if I indicated you'll be done, no, you will never be done, because there's always layer to it. But guess what? You do become masterful.
Yes.
You become the master of the conversation.
Yes.
The conversation no longer rules you, you rule it.
Yeah.
So that's the difference. It's not like a forever suffering kind of thing.
Oh, no.
Because one thing I've really learned is that suffering is obsolete. You know, Landmark, some of you guys have done Landmark, it says it's optional. Suffering is optional. I've learned that suffering is obsolete. Suffering is not of God. If somebody came to you and said, it's obsolete like this. If somebody came to you and said, I'm gonna give you AOL dial-up free for the rest of your life, would you take it?
I'm gonna give you what?
AOL dial-up. I'm gonna give you that to connection to the internet free for the rest of your life. You wouldn't take an AOL dial-up. You'd be like, no, thank you. Just like if somebody tried to give you a DVD. Wow, who got a DVD player? It's obsolete. So when we really get this, suffering is obsolete.
I think it's important. I think it's part of it, the way I see it. Suffering is part of the process. It's par for the course.
Okay, let me go here. Okay, this is how I know if it's part of what I'm supposed to be doing. Is suffering of God?
Oh, that's a question?
Oh, yeah, is that a question?
No.
Yeah, is suffering of God?
No.
That's
okay, so then suffering is not necessary. If it ain't okay, so where I am is, if it ain't of God, no thank you.
Let me put it to you like this. Some people are so used to the comfort of suffering, they don't know exactly what anything else is. You get comfort in the suffering. At some point, and I remember I've gone through depression. It's like you get stuck in there, but you realize that it's a choice. You either choose to suffer or you choose to be happy.
What's suffering? Define suffering.
Yeah, so who choose today? Okay, today you get to suffer or be divine. What do you choose? Oh, I see. When I wake up, you know what? I'm gonna suffer a lot today.
No. There are some people that wake up and they're sad. They're depressed. They're not choosing.
Yeah, but they're not inside of their light, and they're not inside of their love.
What is suffering?
Exactly.
Girl, you know suffering. I ain't gotta tell you the definition of that.
Yeah, you do. Because we all have our own ideas of it. So what is suffering?
Suffering is when you feel trapped, you can't get out. You're imprisoned in your own conversation about who you are, and what you bring to the planet.
And what's the value in that?
There is none.
There's value in everything. It's value. There's God in everything. So what's the value in that?
Okay, there's value in it if you're looking. Most people is like what Danyelle said, they're comfortable there. They don't even
know
go
nothing
to look.
else.
Yeah, they don't even go to look. So then when you're not even really looking, but when you are conscious, when you are awake and you start to suffer, and you'll go so far, then you go, okay, that's enough of that. I'm about to do something else.
Because I'm thinking about Pookie and them. I'm thinking about people who aren't conscious. I'm thinking about, we're surrounded by people who have no clue what light is. They have no clue what consciousness is, and they are suffering. Where's God in that? You have to meet people where they are. So where's God in their?
It's like what Danyelle said. They're choosing that because and they're choosing that, and they have to wake up to the fact that they have another choice. They're choosing that. If you're suffering at this point in the game, who I am for people is Google it. Everything on Google. Google it. You don't have to suffer. It's something that you're choosing at this point in the game, this point in the evolution. And people have to wake up. Now people have their different points of waking up. Just like when you were on Stone Mountain, you were ready to wake up. So then God said, okay, here, put a fluid right here. So when the awakening comes, she can have what she needs.
I
So
wasn't
when you
conscious
actually,
of that though.
huh?
I wasn't conscious of it. I wasn't conscious that I was suffering.
Yeah,
I
I
know.
just thought it was just, that's just how life works. That's just what
Yeah,
life
I
is.
know. And at the same time, there was a part of you that wanted something different. That's why you got something different.
yeah, yeah. God's part in that is his grace to hold you while you stay in that the ignorance of the ability to make a different choice. And in that instant of making that choice, it changes. It opens up to receive other ways of dealing with whatever is presenting itself as a reason to suffer.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so it's sort of like this, you know how when they say wash, rinse, repeat.
Mm-hmm.
So you'll wash, you'll rinse. If you get it, you don't have to repeat it.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. But if you don't, you repeat it until you get it. Because how Holy Spirit is, that's how come you see people doing the same dumb thing over and over and over and over and over. Because how the Holy Spirit works, he'll keep giving it to you until you get it.
Mm-hmm.
Either it's gonna be a lesson or a blessing. So if it's a lesson, if you don't get the lesson, you're gonna keep
Gotta
getting the
repeat.
lesson until it
Yes.
turns into a blessing.
Same way is the same way, like it's really the truth. It's earth school. If you fail your lesson or you fail your test, what you got to do? Repeat the class.
Repeat.
So
Repeat the
Sunzi
class.
texted me and she said a last reminder for the new moon. So prayers, she wants us to write out our prayers and we're gonna write them out and burn them at the water. And she says to fast for at least 8 hours prior to the event.
Awesome.
So that's for tomorrow for the new moon circle.
And Peace, you might say what the time is and where do people meet at?
6 p.m. I think we should meet on Iron Street just to keep it simple like we did last time and drive down.
Mm-hmm.
So we'll meet on Iron Street around 5:30 and we'll head over to the actual spot, which is along the river, just further up Jefferson, and be there by 6. If you want to bring snacks, whatever your goddess fiddles are. So if you have cards or crystals or whatever it is you want to bring to tap in, you can bring that. Chimes, like whatever you're into, please bring it. Bring a blanket so you can have somewhere to sit. And bring your prayers. So you're writing out what are your new intentions moving forward in your feminine power. And then, like I said, bring any food that you might have because we're gonna break the fast at the circle.
Okay, so is this 5:30 tomorrow?
Yes, ma'am. 5:30 tomorrow.
Thank you.
We're gonna have a new moon circle at the water for new moon in Cancer.
Also, excuse me.
Oh, Lily B, you're so pretty. Girl, you need to be on this camera more often, little girl.
Oh, thank
So
you.
pretty.
So listen, I appreciate you, girl. Don't do that. You gonna make me blush. I got one little dimple. It's gonna start hurting. Anyways, listen, I live on Jefferson and Dickerson. Anywhere near there, because I go to the water all the time. So, like, if you want to text me, I can meet you guys on Iron Street, but I'm probably really close to.
Yeah, you're gonna be closer than Iron Street. So meet us. McClendon. You know where Jefferson and McClendon is. We're meeting over at the park by the Manugian Mansion, by the mayor's mansion.
Okay.
There's a park right there. You know where that is?
Okay, I think I know what you're talking about. Yeah.
The street
is
actually,
I know what you're talking about.
The street to get to the park is Parkside.
Oh yeah, Parkside, yeah. Oh yeah.
Right there where that big yacht, they fix boats. The place in front fix boats.
Right, yeah, I know exactly what you're talking about.
Okay, good. It's Parkside. Yeah.
Okay, perfect. Yes, I think I know exactly what y'all talking about. Oh, I can't wait.
Okay, girl, we have a funky good time when we get these circles together. We have fun.
Perfect. So I got to get my prayer together. Me and Yana get our things together. All right. We are geeks. Okay, I'll see y'all tomorrow. Y'all have a beautiful to get out of here and take my granny to her appointment. So I hope you guys have a wonderful day the rest of y'all day. It's a beautiful day to have. Don't forget to do that.
Yes, ma'am.
Oh, here you go.
We
Hey,
both.
Okay,
Let us
okay, you
close
guys, I'll
out.
see y'all tomorrow morning. I gotta go too. I love you. I love you all and talk to you soon.
Thank you.
Okay.
Peace and
Thank
love.
you.
Hug yourselves and hug the world. Oh, good old Elizabeth love. Peace out. We'll see you tomorrow. Good
See you
session,
tomorrow.
ladies. Good session. Good session.
Peace and love, y'all.
Peace and love.
Peace and love.